So what I want to talk about is the joy of giving, Joy, Jesus, others, and you. And in my household, thanks to my mother-in-law, joy just means that, Jesus, others, and you. And so if you get that straight in your life, you can enjoy joy in all kinds of things. And I also want to talk about the challenge that comes from tithing. Now, we all know what tithing is. We've heard the sermons. We've done the Bible studies. And for me, tithing had always been sort of an academic exercise. And I'm embarrassed to say it's always been a goal, which a goal is not a good thing when you start talking about tithing. So how did I get started? So I'm a tither now, and I take great joy in tithing. But when I first got out on my career and got out of college, my priorities were rent, food, fun, savings, and God. So rent, food, fun, savings, and God, which clearly is upside down and backwards. And not until I got that turned around, when I got God at the top, did my life change. And once I did get God at the top, and where God was first, my life became more abundant in all kinds of ways. I had more money for God, more money for food, more money for savings, and more money for fun. So how did I get there? So when I first started trying to tithe, I did it on a percentage basis. I thought, okay, I'm going to ease into this, and I'll start today at 1%, and someday I'll get to 10%. And at the end of every year, I didn't quite get there. So then I'd readjust my goals, and I'd come back, and I'd do it next year. And then I realized, in order for me personally to get there, I just need to dive in. So it's kind of like diving into cold water. It's scary, but it's invigorating. So when I first did it, I jumped right in. And so my job, I'm a real estate developer. So I don't really make a salary. I work from deal to deal and from sale to sale. So what I do now is once I have a sale on the books that I know is coming, then I get to enjoy the joy of giving early. I calculate what my gift is going to be. I start thinking about how I'm going to do it, when it's going to occur. I burn that number into my brain first, my heart, and then into my commitment to the Lord, so I can't go back on it. And then I start thinking about how is St. Michael's going to use that gift? Who's going to be helped? When are they going to do it? How are we going to do it? What are we going to do in the community? So I get to enjoy the joy of that gift long before I give it. Now, for many people who are on a salary, they can get that joy, or at weekly wages, can get that joy every week, or that joy every month. I get to enjoy mine on the way in, and then when I go write the check, I am fully engaged and fully ready to go. And so that's been a great thing for me. And so I kind of look at tithing like exercise. So it's never really convenient, doesn't really fit in your schedule when you first start out. But once you get, and you can't see the benefits immediately or feel the benefits immediately, but once you start doing it, and once it becomes part of your schedule and you can see those benefits and feel those benefits, then it becomes part of your life. And so that's kind of what tithing has become for me. So as I look forward and go into the next phase of my life and continue with this tithing, I'm going to take the position, which we've been taught, that it's God's money anyway. He gave it to me and only asked for 10% back. And so if I can stay with that goal, then I can continue to tithe. So the question comes up, why give? And why give to St. Michael's? Now, a lot of us have opportunities to give to a lot of groups. And you and I have had this discussion before, and I've had it with other priests, that a tithe is to the church and everything else is an offering. Now, I'm still working on that part, right? I still have my 10% goal. And then why would I give to St. Michael's? Because St. Michael's together as a community, we all have different skill sets. And within that community, those skill sets come together, and we're more effective out in the community than I could be by myself. If I'm only a guy with a check, or I'm only a guy with a desire, or I'm only a guy with a talent, on my own I can only do so much. But if we can funnel that through St. Michael's and draw on the talents of everybody within the church, both financially, emotionally, and physically, as well as mentally, then we can accomplish things that we couldn't accomplish on our own. So if you ask me, why would I want to tithe? I could say, because you want to help all the people in the community, and St. Michael's will do a great deal for that. But what I want to get across to you, it's for you. God created tithing not so much, I believe, not so much that we could pay the bills of the church. He created the concept of tithing so we can participate in what the church does in our community, and we can take that joy that comes from giving and enjoy that. So it is a gift to us that he has asked us to tithe. And that's a little counterintuitive and hard to get to, but if you can get to that place where your gift is given freely, sometimes anonymously, but given freely, to be used by the talents within the church, and then I take the joy from that gift, knowing that when it's given, the church will do the right thing with it.